Breaking news today. Before Ukraine's counterattack, Vladimir Putin is making preparations for a Russian defeat. It's possible that Russia is making plans in case its war in Ukraine is unsuccessful. Reportedly, Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, is making secret preparations for further war losses in Ukraine and plans to reveal that it is taking a humiliating loss in front of the world. According to reports, propagandists were given access to a manual outlining the Kremlin's strategy for releasing the bad news to the public. Ukrainian forces have been preparing for several months, and citizens are warned in the manual not to underestimate them. The Ukrainian counteroffensive will launch from Ukrainian-controlled Kherson, where Ukrainian troops will attempt to crush Russian lines and push them out. Despite being pushed out of many areas, Russia is reportedly looking for more missiles to further onslaught Ukraine. Russia has claimed that a drone strike on the Kremlin on Wednesday was an attempt on Putin's life, further heightening tensions. Meduza, a Russian news outlet, claims to have seen the manual and that its purpose is to boost morale in Russia despite the possibility that the attack on Ukraine will fail. The publication cited a passage from the manual which reads, "If the offensive is unsuccessful, it will be possible to say, the army of Russia skillfully fended off an attack that was superior in power." Some say that Russia will explain away its defeat in Ukraine by claiming that the country was fighting the entire West because of support from the United States and Europe. The propagandists have also been instructed to assure the populace that everything is fine in Russia, where the government will ostensibly be renovating healthcare facilities and educational institutions. It's obvious there'll be issues with the economy, and the reasons are obvious, the source said. The budget for the special military operation isn't going away. As the author puts it, it is better not to show in specific amounts how much was taken. For the new regions, this storyline stands in stark contrast to the one that emerged a year ago, when Russia anticipated easily surpassing Ukraine within a few short months. Instead, Ukraine is launching a counteroffensive with the help of some 100,000 soldiers. According to the Mirror, Western aid has included 200 tanks, 800 armored vehicles, and 150 heavy guns. According to the latest assessment from the United States intelligence community, Russian President Vladimir Putin has reduced his goals in the conflict with Ukraine to protecting the territory he has already captured. On Thursday, Avril Haines, the director of national intelligence, told lawmakers that Moscow has decided to prioritize its goal of preventing Ukraine's membership in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. "It is our opinion that Putin has temporarily lowered his goals of ensuring that Ukraine will never become a NATO ally, and consolidating control of the occupied territory in eastern and southern Ukraine. He may be willing to claim at least a temporary victory based on roughly the territory he has occupied," Haines said. After over a year of fighting, the U.S. intelligence community has drawn some sobering conclusions. Russian forces have lost hundreds of thousands of men and made few territorial gains. Despite rumored plans to seize more territory in eastern Ukraine by March, Russian armed forces have been unable to seize significant swaths of territory in the last several months in Ukraine.